This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with all the latest news, and join our Discord community to chat with players and fellow listeners. The Esoteric Order broadcasts from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We recognize these episodes are produced on the traditional territory of the Tewa-speaking Pueblo peoples, and we acknowledge their community, their ancestors, their elders both past and present, and future generations. The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present Killer-Diller, a Vampire the Masquerade duet chronicle, with Desiree Valdez as the storyteller.
He's a cruel papa, but a good man to have around. He's a cruel papa, but a good man to have around. Since Daddy's been gone, I hate to see the sun go down. Like a ship on the ocean.
Alright, so anyway. How's it going? What's going on with you?
Good. I saw my notes to myself from last time
Oh,
to research
geez.
cars and hats.
You didn't?
And I didn't.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. So
Okay.
I'm just grabbing something quickly here.
Good.
But I can talk and look at Google image search at the same time.
Okay.
So.
One thing I want to say is I described somebody's face as an upside down heart, which actually means that they had like super chubby cheeks.
That's true.
And a pointy forehead. I meant heart-shaped face.
I think you went, yeah.
So,
Okay.
but maybe I was just thinking about the booty. So the booty's like an upside down heart.
There you go.
But the face is like a regular
Well,
heart.
we're always thinking about the booty.
All right. Who isn't? But yeah. So I just wanted to clarify that because I was thinking, I was like, oh wait a minute, did I just say that? I'm like, I sure did. Silly bean. All right, but anyway, have you had any thoughts about comments, considerations, ruminations about the game?
Calibrations.
Well, we're calibrating currently.
Let me think.
No.
Yeah. No. Of course I have.
Oh, you have?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. So one of the things was that I'm pretty sure that chameleon is better suited as a demeanor rather than a nature.
Okay. So describe.
So just making that change there. Well, it's your classic private eye kind of thing, you know, where you have to be able to sort of blend in and infiltrate different spaces, pretend to be someone you're not.
Right.
And, you know, so that's what I'm doing as a private eye. So that's my demeanor, you know.
Your nature is...
See, and that's the other thing is that I wasn't, as I was exploring the character, I'm just... I'm adding.
Okay, good.
Not contradicting.
Great.
So, no, but as I'm exploring the character more, I wasn't really feeling chameleon coming through as a nature. You know, it just wasn't really a thing. So actually, I could use your input a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay, I gotta look at these.
Since you were subjected to my...
What page are you on?
My character.
Subjected.
Page 88, and that is not a code for white supremacy.
Oh, God.
This time.
What? Don't even joke about that. That's not even funny.
Just a little shout out to some Vampire 5th Edition controversies. Those of you who know what I'm talking about.
No. We don't have to do any of that. No. Don't look at it.
Don't even mention it.
Don't touch it. No. None of it. I don't want it anywhere near here.
You got it.
Okay. So what are your questions?
Well, if we're looking at...
What should I be?
Yes. I'd ask my mother, who should I be? Or what should I be? Or what will I be?
Oh my God.
Will I be pretty?
Oh my goodness.
Will I be rich? And the things she would say to me.
I'm not. I mean, look, y'all can laugh at his jokes. Like, just because
Oh
I'm not
my
laughing,
God. Oh
it
my
doesn't mean
God.
they're not funny.
How dare you?
No. I'm saying y'all can laugh at it. I'm not laughing because this is our life, 24/7. So
you just all laughed out.
I'm totally laughed out.
You're
at this
laughed
point.
out after Leonard.
No, I'm very focused.
Right.
You ask me a question, then you start making jokes expecting me to laugh. I hope the listeners are laughing or find it amusing. Okay. Well, no, I'm not being disparaging. I'm like, I straight up hope that they do, because God forbid they don't, because that's the end of us.
All right. What do you think? What do you think of traditionalist?
Okay, let's see here. I'm getting there. I'm looking at everything. Why are you suddenly like ahead, where you're like?
I'm reading backwards, like I do.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm.
The orthodox ways satisfy the traditionalist who prefers to accomplish their goals with time-tested methods. Why vary your course when what has worked in the past is good enough? The traditionalist finds the status quo acceptable, even preferable, to a change that might yield unpredictable results. Conservatives, judges, and authority figures are all examples of traditionalist archetypes. Traditionalist kindred surprisingly look to the traditions as a behavior model. Unsurprisingly. Though a few anarchs and elders may espouse a traditionalism that predates both Camarilla and Sabbat. You gain a point of willpower anytime the proven ways turn out to be best. Also regain a point of willpower anytime you adhere to one of your previously espoused positions and it proves to be a wise course of action. So the traditions. Tradition! Let's get into it.
Yes.
Talk about those traditions and see if you care. Because, you're an independent. So are you just upholding the traditions of the Giovanni, or like...
Speaking of traditions...
Tradition!
Traditionally, we play music in the background. What's going on there?
No, we don't.
Even at the beginning? You don't have, Pump Up the Jam or something to play in the background?
This is not that kind of podcast. This isn't this type of...
It's not that kind of game?
No, it is not. I may be looking for a song right now.
Uh-huh. Tap. Furious Gazillion Sues.
Let's see here.
Yeah, so the traditions are just you can adhere. Oh, unbelievable! You can adhere to the traditions and not. Oh my God! There you go.
I started Hebrew school at 10.
Wait, let's get into tradition.
The others in our village.
Oh my God.
Oh, well.
This is clearly unrehearsed.
Tradition. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Jesus.
All right. So, traditions. Traditions
Thank you.
in the vampire world.
Thank you for that labored intro. So, it's not necessarily a Camarilla thing. There's the masquerade.
I tried. It's hard doing this. All right, let's see
I
here.
just make it look easy.
Tradition. So, wait, well, no, you just don't put as much thought into the jokes. How about that?
Jeez. What the hell, man? All right, I just won't make any more jokes today, I guess.
No, I just went with... Well, actually, no. Here's the thing. No. Actually, that's not it at all. Hear me out. I'm not used to running things. You are Mr. Octopus over here. You can do multiple things and remain this, complete poker face at the same time. So I don't know what you're doing, and then you'll suddenly surprise me with something. Whereas I'm like, hey, I'm looking at you, typing and having to have a conversation at the same time is impossible for me. So I'm not a multitasker like you.
Here's why I said I make it look easy.
You're right, yeah. I take it all back.
Thank you.
Okay, so wait, let me look here, because
23, page 23.
No, I got it right here.
All right.
So there's all these different traditions. There's the masquerade,
6 of them, yeah.
Masquerade, the domain, progeny, accounting, hospitality, and destruction.
The accounting is very vaguely worded. It's the Second Amendment of the traditions, where everyone has a different interpretation. But the main interpretations, that's why you have to go before the prince and introduce yourself.
Yeah, because it's Those thou create are thine own children. So yeah, you have to treat your
Or
child.
actually, no, I'm sorry. That's the progeny.
No, it's not. The accounting is those thou create are thine own children, which means you need to treat them like you're a parent. If they act up, you're going to be held accountable.
Right.
So yeah, it is. I mean, it's what you just said. It's the reason you introduced him to the prince. Like that's why Wilma took Lucky and was like, "Hey, okay, look, here's kind of a kid. Here's a child or vampire guy.
Yeah.
What's going on? What are you looking at?"
No. Yeah, I was wrong. It is progeny. Many, if not most, princes require that prospective sires seek their permission before performing the embrace to create fledglings. However, some domains interpret thine elder to signify either the elder of one's own clan or even one's own sire. Note that such liberal domains are often the ones with the greatest kindred populations, often the ones that come closest to jeopardizing masquerade. And then the counting imposes a twofold rule. First, the sire effectively owns her progeny until such time as she deems them fit to face kindred society on their own. Oh, maybe I was right. I don't know. Whatever. Second, a wayward child brings trouble upon his sire's head, for the sire is responsible for the actions and consequences of her child until the point at which she is emancipated. This tradition is simultaneously at the center of some kindred's policy of making their child earn their freedom through a long and arduous process, and other kindred's policy of, fuck it, you're a vampire now. Don't ruin it for the rest of us or I'll tear your heart out myself. Good luck.
That's partially Karen Anatis's thing.
Yeah.
She didn't know that she could create other vampires, and then she made Aaron.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. So why did you bring up traditions?
From the you wanted to look at those from the traditionalist because it said that.
So you want to uphold these things?
Well, okay, so
because we can conflate it into
traditionalist kindred, unsurprisingly, look to the traditions as a behavior model, though a few anarchs and elders may espouse a quote-unquote traditionalism that predates both Camarilla and Sabbat.
So that's what I'm thinking, that you are kind of adhering to whatever Giovanni nonsense the Martinez clan taught you.
Exactly.
Well,
that's a possibility. I don't know. That was literally the first thing I
made
looked
a clan.
at. Yeah,
what?
The Martinez clan. No, that's just here in New Mexico.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, all right. So that was just one I was looking at, though.
That's just one. Okay. And
so,
like, that's fine.
All right.
So let's go back.
I was just asking you what you thought of it.
I mean, like, do you view yourself as a conservative judge or authority figure? Not really.
I don't pay too much attention to that. I mean, it's like I don't want to be.
To me, the archetypes actually like this is what you're looking for.
Right.
Like this is the essence of that. Whatever nature, demeanor.
Well, I get that part. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be too literal about it. Well,
I would go with rogue.
Really? Mm-hmm. What do you got?
Basically, only one thing matters to the rogue: themselves. To each their own. And if others cannot protect their claims, they have no right to them. The rogue is not necessarily a thug or bully, however. They simply refuse to succumb to the whims of others. Rogues almost universally possess a sense of self-sufficiency. They have their own best interests at all times. Prostitutes, capitalists, and criminals all embody the rogue archetype. Kindred rogue include Diabolus, Autarchus, and the Primoyen, who puts his clans or their clans' opportunities before the supremacy of kindred as a whole. So that's one idea.
Regain a point of willpower when your self-centered disposition leads you to profit materially or otherwise. At the storyteller's discretion, accumulating gain without exposing your own weaknesses may let you regain 2 points of willpower. As well, you may regain a point of willpower when your efforts benefit the group to which you belong, when that benefit comes at the expense of another group.
So this is as though there'd be like some pitting, like your kind of independent streak against whatever is in effect in Los Angeles, which we're going to talk about in a little bit more.
Okay.
So there's that.
That's a good one.
Let's see here. Sadist. I don't know if you're a sadist.
No, I don't think so.
You're not a monster necessarily. Not a martyr, not an idealist, not a fanatic. I mean, do you want to go with Eye of the Storm?
Well, I don't want to bite off of your.
I don't think Aaron's
your domain.
No. I mean, I think he's rebel and then Eye of the Storm. That's at his nature.
Oh, here's one.
What?
Curmudgeon.
Oh.
A curmudgeon is bitter and cynical, finding flaws in everything and seeing little humor in life or unlife. He is often fatalistic or pessimistic and has very little esteem for others. To the curmudgeon, the glass is never more than half full, though it may be damn near empty when other people are involved. Many internet junkies, pop culture fans, and Generation Xers are curmudgeons.
That's too fucking much.
Was not expecting that drive-by, but okay.
That was a
Kindred curmudgeons see elder oppression or spoiled neonates running amok behind every development in an undead society and may or may not rise beyond acerbic grumbling to change any problems they perceive. Regain a point of willpower whenever someone does something specific and negative, just like you said they would. You must predict and quantify this failure aloud, such as by warning, the prince is going to fuck us on this one, or just watch, that Malkavian's ghoul is going to do something really reckless. You may simply whisper your prophecy of grief to the storyteller if you wish, instead of announcing it to the whole troop.
The troop? I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, that's what they call the game group.
I don't like it.
I know. It's
Okay, so what are your thoughts on this?
Well, what are your thoughts? I mean, was I being curmudgeonly in how I was playing my character?
You're more of like this thuggy brute guy.
Thuggy brute?
Yeah.
I knew him once. All right, so
I mean, like in terms of, thuggy brute is because that's what I think the
DJ Thuggy Brute.
I feel like you're what you've been exhibiting so far has been roguish behavior, not curmudgeonly. Unless you want to be like, if you really want to be like, start predicting shit, like, oh, this isn't going to be good or whatever, yeah. Like whatever it is they're saying. So.
No, that's not really the core essence. I'm looking for the core essence.
What are you gonna get out of it? That's another thing. It's like, are you gonna be able to get willpower back? It's very hard for me to track my willpower, regain it. Like, I almost never pay attention to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, Bravo.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, but you take pleasure in tormenting the weak.
The Bravo is not incapable of pity or kindness. He just prefers to do things his way.
Robbers, bigots, and thugs are all Bravo. I mean, like, here's the thing.
I am bigoted.
Yeah, you really... you kind of are.
My name is Draco Malfoy. I am a racist.
Do you want to be my friend? Regain a point of willpower anytime you achieve your agenda through brutishness or intimidation. This need not be physical, as many Bravos verbally or socially cow their victims.
I have been socially cowing victims already, so maybe...
When?
Yeah, just with my herd and everything,
Well, we haven't really seen that in action, but you're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
You're feeling like that's what you're doing.
Yeah. By the way, you owe me a third herd person since you killed one of them off
I
last
owe you
time.
a third herd person.
Yeah, because you killed them off.
I've had to create my own herds constantly.
But I don't kill them off.
I killed off your herd. Is she dead?
Yeah, I spoke with her ghost.
Oh, well, maybe the ghost is your herd member now.
No, because I have to be able to feed off them.
I owe you a herd member because I killed them off.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any ideas of who you would like?
No, I came up with 3 myself, and then you immediately killed one off, which was a little irritating because I actually kind of liked her. So I get why you did it, and it served the plot well. But, I was still kind of like, dang, like. So what would be your ideal for like a herd member? You want another singer?
I don't know. You can pick one up.
I'm sure I could, but I'm just saying, like, I don't necessarily want to like have repeated characters. You know what I mean? Like,
it just might be something you're attracted to that you like.
How about I just keep an eye out, and if a mortal presents themselves that I'm like, ooh, I'll be like, can I make that my new herd member? Right.
What about so you have contacts and then you have herd members, correct?
Yeah.
So your contacts are the pharmacist and then the officer, Raul Torres, right? Mm-hmm. And then the herd members were a doctor, the nightclub singer, and then the chronic pain patient, correct?
The veteran, yeah.
The veteran. Okay, so... Okay, yeah. You know what? So I did kill a herd member. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry it was irritating. I'm sorry you liked her, but...
I was like, oh.
I have faith that you're going to find somebody new.
I'm sure I will.
And that they will be just as entertaining as the...
Possibly even entertaining. So I am going to go with Bravo.
Okay. So Bravo's your demeanor.
Yes.
Your no, it's your nature.
My nature.
Your demeanor is chameleon.
Chameleon. So I kind of hide my Bravo nature behind. So I think that's kind of how I was playing it.
I agree.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
No, that's an astute observation. So go for that.
Thank you. Okay, so just to read the whole thing then.
Yeah,
the Bravo is a tough, listen here, you toughs. The Bravo is a tough and a bully, and often takes perverse pleasure in tormenting the weak. To the Bravo's mind, might makes right. Power is what matters, and only those with power should be respected. Naturally, physical power is the best kind, but any kind will do. The Bravo sees overt threats as perfectly reasonable means of gaining cooperation. The Bravo is not incapable of pity or kindness, he just prefers to do things his way. So a kindred Bravo may abuse authority the system has granted him, or he may violently or otherwise force other kindred out of his way to get what he wants. He's almost certainly an asshole.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It's so funny. Regain a point of willpower anytime you achieve your agenda through brutishness or intimidation. This need not be physical, as many Bravos verbally or socially cow their victims.
All right, if you're down for that.
I'm the asshole?
Yeah.
Dear McCall's magazine, am I the asshole?
The answer is usually yes.
I, V/30, or 70, or however old I am. I, a 70-year-old vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Let's try to spell it out. Okay. All right, so that's that.
All right.
That's my nature.
Great.
Just still getting to know this character.
I know you are. Yeah,
It's very, very interesting to play a character with so many unsympathetic traits, but
right.
I seem to excel at that. So,
well, I mean, Charlotte wasn't very unsympathetic.
Oh, that's true. Actually,
she was a little girl.
A little girl. All right.
I mean, she was. We'll just say she was an adolescent girl, young adolescent.
Young adolescent. Yes. A girl.
A girl.
Girl. All right. All
Go.
Right. Okay, so what do you got? Hit me. What's going on?
What the fuck? Why are you on your phone?
I'm looking up cars. yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm just live tweeting this.
Wow, man. She really busted my balls. I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling weird about starting when you're kind of like you're...
Sorry, I'm finding a good car.
Okay.
I think I just found one.
Good.
So, Cole Motor Roadster. Remember, I wanted a rumble seat, so...
Yes, you did. You said that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's cute.
What is it?
It's a cute little car.
Let me see.
It was called a Cole Roadster. It was manufactured in Indianapolis, of all things. It's a 1920 model.
Okay.
So it's just a little two-door. It's got a rumble
wow.
seat
It
in the
looks like
back.
a little buggy.
Yeah, it's got like a buggy roof. Yeah.
Buggy roof, white wall tires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they're kind of spokes.
Yeah, spoke
and
tires,
just kind of a typical old car that you would think, like, what does an old car look like, except it's a little higher up.
Yeah, it's got
It's a little raised.
It's got a little raised. Yeah, it's got a domed engine
That's cool.
compartment and a very low back there, which is interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it is your classic like early 1920s car. So.
Nice. I like it.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You're welcome.
All right. And with that, I still have to research hats, but I can set that aside for the time being.
Okay.
And hand it over to you. Oh, here we go. Hats. You've got the Panama. You've got the Hamburg.
What does the Hamburg look like?
The Hamburg.
Hamburger?
That's like your...
Sorry.
Wow.
These are jokes you would make.
Yeah, I know.
It's freaking me out.
I would have said Homburg runner.
Tradition.
Anyway, that's the Hamburg. It's got
Tradition.
like kind of a turned up.
Oh, I've seen that hat in action. It's very nice.
Yes. And then the fedora is kind of like...
Don't ask me what that means, guys.
You've seen that hat in action?
I have. Well, no, there's like a silent movie with a man wearing a hat very similar to that.
Oh, okay.
And it was very stylish.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that suits actually a Hamburg. No doubt I have a straw boater though as well.
Let me see. What's a boater?
Oh, you know
a
what
boater is. No, I don't.
Sure you do.
I'm asking. It's one of those friggin' barbershop quartet hats,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
But it's somebody who would actually like wear it like on the, like you're pushing a boat through the canals.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of a straw.
You're bicycling on a bicycle built for two.
Yeah. Yeah, like think about Mary Poppins when they're in the little animated world.
There you go.
And like the hat that Bert's wearing, that's it.
Yep.
You guys know Mary Poppins as well as I do. I know you do.
Oh my god.
All right, what else? Come on.
There was one called a stingy brim.
What's that? Does that have a tiny brim?
Strangely enough, it does.
Yeah, it's like a beanie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me see. Is it like a Zeppo Marx hat? Wait. A stingy. Oh.
Yeah.
That just looks. That's similar to a pork pie hat.
Yeah, but then they've got pork pie right above it.
But it's shorter. Yeah, no, it shows no pork pie.
This is what we would call a 90s ska band hat nowadays.
Y'all know what that is. Go wild, man.
Very, very sorry.
Why are you apologizing? All right.
No, if you know what it is.
Did you choose the hat?
Very, very sorry.
What are you choosing?
Yeah, I'll go with a Hamburg.
Hamburg? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you might want to make a, just kind of describe the hat.
I don't even know how one would describe it.
Let me look at it. I'll try.
Hold on.
What color is it?
Let's go to Wikipedia.
Gray?
Here.
Dark gray?
Yeah, definitely dark gray.
Okay, not black.
No, not fully black.
Dark gray.
The Hamburg is a semi-formal hat of fur felt, characterized by a single dent running down the center of the crown.
Okay.
A wide silk gross grain hat band ribbon.
Yes.
A flat brim shaped in a pencil curl, and a ribbon-bound trim about the edge of the brim. It's traditionally offered in black or gray.
It's very stylish.
Yeah. Oh, Churchill wore those a lot.
Okay, so
think of a Churchill
just look
hat.
up Churchill, look at the hat on his head. It looks good. Although he had a pumpkin head, so really, if you think about it. But it looks good on anybody, so we'll just put it that way.
All right. Well, how about Konrad Adenauer? He wore Hamburg hats as well. Everybody knows old Connie.
I don't know.
Connie Adenauer, first Chancellor of the Federal Republic of West Germany.
All right, are you happy with that joke?
I am actually.
Okay, are we moving on from the hat?
Yeah.
Do you have more than one hat?
No, like I said, I probably have a straw boater as well. But that's,
really? Why?
Yeah, but it's like in a hat box,
For summer? Like, what are you dressing for? I don't understand.
You would wear a straw boater as like your casual hat. It was your hat that you would wear, like you said, to the park or for boating or to go to a parade. Or look, there are like photos of people attending like political rallies, and every last motherfucker in the crowd is wearing a straw boater.
I'm not disputing that. Mm-hmm. Those are all things that happen during the day. So would a vampire want to wear a boater hat? Is my question. I'm
not necessarily saying I even wear it anymore. I said I have a straw boater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Left over from my mortal life that I keep in a hat box. Okay. So these are important things. You never know when they might come up.
Cool. Are you feeling happy with this choice?
Yeah. I'm into it.
I think it's great. I love the hats you've chosen. I love the demeanor you've chosen. The nature, Wonderful. And I feel, again, apologies for killing one of your herd members. I will definitely conjure another one up.
Okay.
For you to replace it. And you'll be very pleased with the results.
Good.
Yeah, it's all good. We remedied the whole thing. It's about 30 minutes in now. Remedied the thing with the whole upside down heart face.
I like that was your note coming in.
Well, I listened and I was like, oh no.
Oh, I said upside down heart.
I did. I was thinking about a butt instead of a face.
Mm-hmm.
So now what are you looking up?
Strangely enough, they don't have the hierarchy of sins in the index.
Hierarchy of sins. I have them right here. Do you want me to give them to you? Do you want to figure them out?
What am I at? I'm at 6.
Accidental violation. Drinking a vessel dry out of starvation. That should not even be a sin. That's like you're consuming something because you're going to die. It's like the Jean Valjean situation. Like that's dumb.
Maybe he lost a point of humanity when he did that.
He stole bread to feed his family. Okay. Mm-hmm. 10 is selfish thoughts.
Oh, I don't need all that. Oh. What is 5? What's the next one down?
Intentional property damage. These need to be reevaluated. Intentional property damage.
Uh-huh.
And 4 is an impassioned violation, manslaughter, killing a vessel in frenzy. I mean, Aaron's done a lot of these since.
Yeah, we've done humanity tests for them.
And I've passed.
Okay, so what was it?
Sorry, guys.
What was 4?
4 is impassioned violation, manslaughter, killing a vessel in frenzy.
Impassioned violation or frenzy killing. Okay, and how about...
How many sins are you planning to do?
I just want the whole hierarchy here. So what about number 3?
Planned violation, outright murder, savored exsanguination.
Oh, uh-oh. Okay, what's my
2 is casual
what's my
violation.
conscience again?
2 is a casual violation.
2, oh good.
Thoughtless killing, feeding past satiation.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron's done so many.
That's why I'm copying them down here. It'll help me remember.
Wait a minute. No.
Feeding past satiation.
And then 1 is utter perversion or heinous acts. I don't know what that means. I feel bad that I don't know what that means. Perversion.
But what is perversion?
What is a heinous act? Heinous is just really, really bad.
Oh, dude, heinous.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
That's it. Anything that would elicit that response is a heinous act. So,
So you're doing a really super sweet trick on your skateboard?
yeah. Watch me do this heinous nose grind. Or whatever.
Heinous nose grind. Most heinous nose grind.
Most heinous. All right. Okay.
You good?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm situated.
Okay, good.
Are we picking up where we left off?
We are going to, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's
We're
get
setting
into
our usual blistering pace here.
Good job, everyone. Everyone who's contributed to this, I appreciate. So,
What? It's just you and me.
that's what I'm talking about, everybody. Okay, so. We last left you meeting Catalina Ibarra. Not Cantalina, not Cuntalina, Catalina.
Not Cantaloupa.
Not Cantalopina, no.
Cantalopina.
So,
That's what I'm going to call the next cantaloupe I buy.
So, yeah. Catalina Ibarra. Ibarra.
All right, so reestablish the scene for me, Maestro.
You are
I'm at this party.
At this amazingly
In the
extravagant
Beverly Hills, Wilshire. What was the hotel?
It's a Biltmore in Beverly
The
Hills.
Biltmore in Beverly Hills. Yes.
Yes, it's an extravagant party run by the Drazzle sisters, Abra
sisters, yes.
and Zita Drazzle. They are known for hosting these amazingly wild parties. They are holding court. As you know, they are the Toreador members of the Primogen Council.
Never fucked you up for life. Primogen.
G isn't even pronounced that way, though.
I know.
It's like that. Okay, so Primogen Council. They are in these like beautifully blood red flapper dresses, black bobs, beautifully made up. Again, they're like in sync with their movements. They kind of move at the same time, laugh at the same time. They're just mirror images of each other, which is very fun. I think. I like. I love it.
Is that your little editorial comment?
I think it's cool. Duh, it's in the game.
Well, I think it's cool. Meanwhile, I'm just staring blankly at you. What are you doing? You're shitting all over the legacy of this campaign.
No. The legacy. Episode 3. A legacy?
A legacy?
All right. So they're holding court, and again, like people are coming up to them, asking them for favors, just wanting to get into their orbit, basically, just to get in their face, like in their space.
Yeah,
like,
right. Schmooze. If you will.
schmoozing, yes, networking, etc. And people are dancing. There's mortals there. There's Canaanites there. I just want to clarify one thing about the whole Canaanite thing.
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
Actually, Kindred did not come up until the Great Anarch Revolt. It takes place decades from now.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
The use of the word kindred to
That's a
describe...
Camarilla thing.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Positive. I just read it today.
Really?
Yes.
So the Camarilla didn't start using kindred until the Anarch Revolt. Wow. Okay.
I can find it. Let me look it up.
My impression was always that the Sabbath used Cainite because they felt like that was the proper emphasis to place, like, oh, we're children of Cain, you know, and that the Camarilla used kindred as like a propaganda thing.
Why can't I find any of my goddamn links?
There go the goddamn brownies.
I mean, is it too much to ask? Apparently so. Jesus, I have too many.
A term coined after the Great Anarch Revolt.
Oh wait,
that's from earlier in the timeline.
Early.
Yeah, that's the one that caused the Sabbath to split off, I believe.
So you're right, I'm wrong.
That's the 15th century. Okay, the second Anarch Revolt. That's the 20th century one.
That's the only one.
That's the only one that matters. Okay, good. So we were both right.
No, we weren't. You were right. I was wrong as usual.
No, you were right.
No, I'm not. I'm not right. Why are you saying I'm right? I'm totally not right.
No, because you said they only started using it after the Great Anarch Revolt.
Well, but
so you were actually correct. You just placed it in the wrong part of the timeline. That's all. All right, cool. So yes, you wanted to say about Cainite versus kindred.
Not anymore.
Oh my god. Somehow we got into using Cainite last session, and neither one of us really caught it, which was funny. And even though
you're trying to be generous.
No, I didn't. I didn't catch it either. And then
no, you're being generous. I knew exactly what I was doing. Not like I knew that I knew exactly what I was doing out of sheer ignorance. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I knew...
Wait a minute. I knew exactly what I was doing out of sheer ignorance.
That's what I'm saying. I knew I was using Cainite. It was probably being used incorrectly, but I didn't know that because I thought, like, hey, this is old, and so...
Yeah.
People are going to say Cainite instead of kindred.
Yeah.
But they've been using kindred for, 500 years at this point, right? So...
Yeah. Cainite is appropriate in a Sabbath chronicle or in a Dark Ages chronicle.
Right.
But I didn't catch it either. I'm just like, Cainite, yeah,
no,
cool.
But I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just...
It's all good. So anyway, we're switching to kindred, is what you're saying.
No.
We're switching to kindred the embraced.
Yes.
Good.
I don't know why that's still on our shelf. You really need to eBay that or get rid of it. We watched 2 episodes and we're like, no, thank you.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell to the no.
I don't know. If any of our patrons want a DVD box set of Kindred the Embrace, drop me a message. I'll send it to you.
You will.
Just have to cover the cost of shipping.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right.
Patronage brings benefits.
Maybe we could sign it.
I'll sign it as Aaron Spelling.
We'll do forged signatures. We'll just sign all the cast.
I'll find an Aaron Spelling quote and then attribute it to him and then attribute it to me. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Okay. So, kindred.
Yes.
So your fellow kindred.
Thank you.
Now, Wilma was using Cainite.
That makes sense. I could see some of the independents using Cainite, like Wilma, for example. Yeah, for sure. And I might even think Cainite as much as kindred. They might be interchangeable for me personally.
But here's where I get stuck. This is why LA is such an interesting place.
Yeah.
Because, they're technically not Camarilla. Camarilla's trying to be all there and, trying to act like they're there.
Well, that's your read on it.
That's the truth. That's the truth, my friend.
Uh-huh.
They think that they have influence there, but they really don't. Mm-hmm. And whatever they're trying to enact or whatever...
It's not a strong... it's not a Camarilla stronghold. It's not like Chicago or...
whatever.
Seattle. I think that's a Camarilla town.
Phoenix, right. So, yeah. So that's why I think it's I like using Cainite mainly because I think, I don't know, I just think it's more suitable. Mm-hmm. But don't let that, make you think that I care about Sabbats or
Don't let it hit you where the Lord split you.
Oh my God.
Carry on.
So.
Yeah.
All of your fellow kindred are gathered at this party.
Okay. It's taken 5 minutes for the establishing shot.
No, come on, man.
All right.
So music is playing.
Yeah.
You were sitting at a table with Sister Bliss, who gave you a tarot
That's right.
reading.
I got a freaky tarot reading.
A freaky. What do you remember from that?
I remember the devil and There was a cups card.
10 of Cups reversed and the Empress.
Reversed, yeah, oh boy.
What did she say about that in terms of what that meant?
She didn't even tell me what the 10 of Cups reversed meant.
Well, I think that's a given.
What, an upside down rainbow?
It's not good.
Looks like a smile.
It's a rainbow in the dark.
There you
Like a
go.
rainbow in the dark.
There you go. As for the other two, I don't really remember.
It's a double reversed Empress. She said the Empress is the divine feminine,
Right.
reflecting back to you.
To me. Okay.
And then you get up and say, thanks for the reading, sis.
Right.
And then you get up and you turn around, and there you see this
Right.
beautiful fellow kindred woman standing in a door frame across the room.
Okay.
And she has a heart-shaped face and an upside-down heart-shaped booty
I'm into it.
and big brown eyes and hair that is very, very dark, like a raven's wing. And it is kind of pinned up to look like a bob, even though she has much longer hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing a green... Did I say she was wearing black and green emeralds, maybe? All black, green emeralds.
Yeah.
Jewelry, like
Yeah.
necklace, earrings. Maybe even like a clip in her hair.
I remember that, yeah.
Really? I hope I said that.
I think you did.
Well, we were both thinking it.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just standing there staring at you, and she's like the most stunning creature you've ever seen in your life. Like surpassing, eclipsing all of the memories of Paloma, your young sweetheart from decades and decades ago. And very, very pale skin. Dark, dark blood red lips. And you talked. She introduced herself to you with her name. I am Catalina Ibera.
Okay, so I think I am momentarily taken aback.
Why?
Never seen this person before.
Yeah, she said that. She said she decided to make an appearance. And you thought you knew every kindred in this town.
I did, and so after a moment, I will remember my manners and, incline my head slightly. And if she offers her hand, I will take it, but otherwise I'll just, give just a short little bow,
She'll give you her hand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's she has kind of, medium, sharp, pointy fingernails. Medium length, I mean. And she's wearing a pearl ring on her middle finger. And, yeah. She offers it to her. Her fingernails look like they're polished, like with dark red nail polish.
Okay.
She offers it to you. What do you do?
I will take it, and I will give a short bow, as I say.
Oh, are you going to kiss her hand?
I will not
Oh.
kiss her hand, but I will, just take the hand and bow, and then say, a pleasure to meet you, Miss Ibera.
When you are holding her hand, when do you let it go? Do you let it go?
Yeah.
Okay. When you let it go, it's like the smell of like orange blossoms, like neroli. It's like the little flowers of an orange tree. It smells like it's a very like bitter, sweet, little honey undertone, citrus undertone to it. It just has this like very beautiful, calming, yet bitter smell.
Interesting. So I will introduce myself and then yeah.
She said she knew you and that this is who you were this time.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that part.
I really should re-listen to these sessions.
She just said like this is who you are this time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Very strange.
Indeed.
What do you make of this?
So I'll give her a little lopsided grin at that. Just assuming she's being kind of, intriguingly mysterious for the sake of it.
Oh, really?
But I'll say, well, can't say I recognize you.
That's fine. You don't have to, but you know me now, don't you?
I do indeed. What brings you out to this little soiree?
Well, look at it. There's just so much fun. There's so many people here.
Yes, indeed. It is nice to get out every once in a while, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Why are you here?
Oh, the same reason you are, and maybe a little bit more.
Oh?
Just a couple people I wanted to meet.
Like who? So she's looking around the room.
Well, I think you, for one.
So she kind of smiles to herself.
And did you say she had a glass of blood on her? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there any dancing going on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll say, what say you polish off that martini and we hit the floor?
So she chugs it.
Knocks it back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then she puts it on a passing person who's carrying a platter around.
Yeah.
And she just looks at you expectantly.
All right. I'll offer her my hand to lead her out on the floor.
All right. So she takes it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dancing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slow dance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. Kind of a medium slow, I guess.
Medium tempo, waltzy kind of thing. Okay. All right.
So she's dancing with you. And
Good.
you're just gliding across the floor effortlessly. You make a very handsome pair.
I'm sure we do.
And you can feel her body against yours and feels very much in sync with just everything. Feels very peaceful. Strange. How do you feel about that?
Good. I feel good about it. I'll say, how long have you been in Los Angeles?
Oh, I've been here for some time.
Really? Where about what parts about the city do you reside?
Near the ocean.
Oh, that's nice.
I suppose. It serves my purposes.
And what purposes are those?
Maybe you'll learn them one day. So she kind of does a little twirl. Or you let her do a little twirl. She comes back to you.
Maybe I will.
So she's just looking up at you.
How much shorter is she?
You're about 5'8", right?
Oh, let's see here.
I think you are.
5'9".
5'9", okay.
I was trying to shave an inch off.
Yeah, so she's about 5'2", so she's substantially shorter than you.
All right.
So yeah, she's looking up at you.
That's fine. Okay.
She's tiny, but you can feel there's this potent strength. You know, there's just she's seems very powerful, despite her small package.
Do you get out much, Miss Ibarra?
No, I'm usually busy with my group of followers.
Oh, you have followers.
Yes, I do.
Well, that's interesting.
Is it?
I think so. I don't have any.
Well, I don't think you're in my line of work, really.
Ah, see, now we're getting somewhere. What line of work would that be?
I provide certain services for my group and help to facilitate their spiritual awakening.
Fascinating. So you're a spiritualist.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way you could describe it.
Is she wearing any any identifying jewelry? Does she have a cross around her neck?
Yeah,
or
so
anything?
as you were, I described some of her jewelry, but the hand that you're holding, you realize has a, it's like a bracelet, and it's wrapped around her wrist, and it seems like it's all like it's diamond encrusted, but like tiny diamonds all around, and it wraps around her wrist, around her thumb, and then like around like her ring finger.
Oh wow.
So, and there's a little snake head. Yeah.
Right. All right. Cool. Cool. Good times. What did I had something that was like, it gave me some knowledge of kindred history, right? What the hell was that?
It's in there somewhere in your 6-page character sheet. You can't find it? Interesting. Maybe you should bookmark it like a regular book.
Wow. Wow.
Just giving you some pro tips, that's all.
Oh, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Thank
You're welcome.
you. Was it a cult?
Yeah, it was something like that. I mean, seriously, I think I need to look at your character sheet to see. Do you have it not written down there?
No, I don't.
Oh. Yeah, you had something around that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what it was. Let's see. No, it was not a cult. Okay. Let's see here. Stealth, no. Oh, was no. Dang it! I don't remember now. Oh well. I'm just trying to think if I would have any idea of like the symbolism of that bracelet.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
It's just a snake. Like, I could have sworn you wrote down some...
Oh, this is what it is.
Okay, what is it?
As a former ghoul, I have a -1 difficulty to any roll involving vampiric knowledge.
Oh, -1? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So it lowers the difficulty.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, because you've been around the block.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we do that?
What should I roll?
So you should roll... Let me pull up a character sheet here. So I think this is wits plus awareness.
Okay.
Right? Because it's like a supernatural
thing, yeah.
And like I think this takes wits versus intelligence. Intelligence is more like academic knowledge.
Yeah, so you're saying wits is like putting the pieces together.
Yeah,
basically.
and it's kind of like, I've seen this before. Where do I match it up with? Oh, I've seen it on this, this, and this.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Gaydar, but for vampires.
Yeah, very that.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 5.
Okay. Is that 5 including my -1? Or
No.
would it be 4?
4.
Okay. Well then, this is probably the best roll of the session. 5 successes.
All right. So you notice.
So for 5 successes, that's yeah.
Right. So you're
a home
putting
run.
2 and 2 together. You're thinking about all the people you've seen. You're thinking about all the different, just the jewelry that you've seen before. All of the weird Canaanites, kindred, whatever you want to call them, that have crossed your path.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, everybody. And so you're putting it together. You're seeing the beautiful serpent. It's this like serpent that is it's very stylized, you know. And in fact, as you're looking more at it, it looks like something that like you've seen other pieces of jewelry from this time period. In Mexico, with some of your Martinez family members talking about the Inquisition, talking about these things being from Spain, and like,
Oh, right.
not that they have an allegiance to Spain at all, but that like, oh, these were things that came over. And so you notice that it has that similar patina, similar style, but it's definitely a snake. So it makes you think about the different clans that you've heard of. And there's the one that comes to mind are the followers of Set. But you don't know very much about them, I don't think.
Probably not.
And
Other than that they have a bad reputation.
Oh, can you tell me more about that?
I think I would have heard. I'm trying to think of like what the independent attitude would be, you know, since it's not bound up in like dogma, right?
Right.
So let me consult the rule book here. What did Giovanni think? Dangerous relics deluded by a primitive grasp of what lies beyond the shroud. That's how I would view them.
So how are you viewing her? Seeing that jewelry and seeing her talking about her followers?
It would definitely be like, well, that's not what I was expecting.
That's what you say?
No, that's what I'm thinking.
You think,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's I probably, this is the first, setite, if you will, that I've encountered in person. So it's kind of clashing against my my expectations.
Oh my. Is this upsetting to you? Is this exciting to you? Like, what's going on mentally?
I've already been excited by her sort of like diminutive frame and sort of innocent eyes, right? Mm-hmm. So this is actually, that's interesting, because if if I'm putting my initial impression together with this revelation, then I'm feeling like that's a clash.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me, because it's challenging my preconceived notions
about women.
Yes.
Go on.
Go on. Yes. So
do you have an unfortunate erection, or what's going on there?
Only if I spend a blood point.
Yeah, that's right. We've established this already.
Yes, we have. Many times over. No,
many times.
Yeah, no, but perhaps a mental erection.
Your
I'm mentally,
your antennae are up.
That's right. I'm intrigued.
Oh.
I'm arrested.
She smells very good. Mm-hmm. She feels very good in your arms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are dancing, and there is no time. It feels timeless.
Okay, so let me just take a pause here to review from last session.
Let's get into it.
So from last session, so I have been engaged by Sheriff Florence Hugo.
Yes.
To find out more about Sister Bliss and try and run her out of town. Basically, was that it?
That's what the prince wants.
Okay. Run her. Well, that fits in with my Bravo.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Run her out of town. Okay. Cool. What else was going on? I feel like there was something
There
else.
was some strange effects from morphine.
Oh, right, the morphine.
That caused the death of one of your herd members that was cruelly taken away from you.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, you just amped up the stakes there. Morphine, what up with that?
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Lindsay Buckingham will get tea next week, I promise. All right.
That's kind of what you did to me at the end of the last session.
You're right, actually.
It's all right, though. It's all right.
Hey, Lindsay, come on.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so... And those were like the two main threads going on here.
Those are two threads. And we have this party. Catalina, and then we have this party that's taking place.
Well,
the party is not over yet.
I mean, the Drazzle sisters, absolutely. It's always a party.
Always.
All right, so do we wrap up the dance?
Oh, if you'd like. Yeah.
I mean, I guess as a vampire, you can dance as long as you want.
Yeah.
It's not like you're running out of breath or anything. But maybe after a while, it gets a little old. So
what?
It's time to move on to the next thing.
What's the next thing?
I'm not sure.
Well, I happen to know.
Well, please do.
So there's a break in the music, and the Drazzle sisters are both standing up on like a little there's just like a little platform where everyone can see them and talk. Like they can talk to the crowd, and they kind of amplify their voices, and they say, "Well, it turns out that our prince wants to make an appearance. So he should be showing up at any moment." So they're talking like in sync, like almost at the same time. But they're like moving in mirror like formation. And they're very dramatic with their hand movements and very like Morticia Adams-esque in terms of the way they hold their hands and talk and even though she's not really a thing for another 20 years, but still inspiration, right?
Yes.
So they say, so carry on with whatever it is you're doing, and our prince should be arriving very soon. And so then the kind of crowd starts, the roar kind of starts up again. Everyone's talking and spending time, talking, partying, etc. People are doing cocaine.
Ooh.
There's
mortals.
Marijuana smoke going on.
So there are a lot of mortals around?
There are mortals there, yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely a lot of drugs in play, alcohol in play.
And vampires are feeding
off of that. Blood with that going on in it. The party just is getting a little wilder.
Okay.
And it's kind of getting close to midnight.
So after that announcement, I will turn back to Catalina and I'll say, have you ever been formally introduced to our beloved prince?
Oh, yes, a couple of years ago.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I was just like, how the hell did I miss?
And she says, you look a little confused, like you're trying to figure out a mystery.
Yeah, well,
what do you do?
I'm trying to figure you out.
Oh, I think it's very obvious. She smiles at you very sweetly.
Some things are more obvious than others. That was like toots. I gotta print out my old internet guide to jazz age slang.
Let's look it up.
All right. Some things are more obvious than others. Sugar tits. No, wait, that's not period appropriate.
Well, it's making me laugh.
I think somebody mirrored it.
The Fedora Chronicles?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I know. I have to rescue it. I have to put it somewhere else.
You need to take it elsewhere.
I know. It used to be hosted on my parents' Earthlink account, so it's...
It's no more.
It is no more.
Okay. I think you would probably say...
I mean, it's pretty comprehensive. Perhaps a little too comprehensive.
No, it's not. Let's see here. These Flyboys crack me up.
Is Flyboy on there?
Yeah, it is.
That's funny.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really like... like baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm getting into the character here, so as we go along.
That's fine.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, some things more obvious than others, honey.
Well, I think you're more than just like a gigolo. I think you're actually like, someone I could spend some time with.
Whoever said I was a gigolo? Looking slightly wounded.
And she just smiles.
Well, I wouldn't say no.
So as you're kind of gazing into each other's eyes, the doors burst open.
Vampires, a love story.
Vampires in love, baby.
That's right.
Turn
around.
So the doors burst open,
Uh-huh.
And there's just a cavalcade of people pouring into the room. Like, if you thought the room was already holding a lot of people, it's about to get way more crowded. So it's all of these, it's mortals mostly. You see there are a couple kindred in tow as well. And then there he is, the man of the hour, Don Sebastian. He is wearing what? Let
me throw in a detail if you don't mind. I'll spend a story point to add an additional.
Okay.
I think he's got his arm around the elevator operator.
Yeah.
And he's like dragging him along with him.
Definitely.
And the guy's just paralyzed with fear.
Perfect. Perfect. Actually, no, he's not.
Oh, well, of course,
he's
right.
He's very jovial.
Oh.
He seems very, but you can see in his eyes, if you want to do perception plus alertness, how he's really feeling.
Oh dear, I can guess, but yeah, let's go ahead.
So actually Don Sebastian's wearing the bellhop hat.
Oh my god, I love it.
And he's wearing, other than that, he's wearing just like a standard tuxedo.
Let's see here. Yes, assuming difficulty 6.
Yes.
That would be 3 successes.
Okay, so you see like just a simmering, I should say, fear behind the eyes.
Yeah.
But his rest of his face is sort of like excited and happy and like part of this party now. But behind his eyes, you see there's definite terror.
Yeah.
So everyone cheers once they see Don Sebastian. He's wearing a tuxedo, white tie.
Yep.
Hair slicked back, aside from the bellhop cap on, which he leaps onto the platform where the Drazzle sisters were, and he throws the bellhop cap into the crowd. And he's like, "Hello, my beloved kindred. How are you?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, Don Sebastian, you're the best."
He's the best. He's here, everybody.
Yeah, oh my God, yes. Everyone's kind of cheering and laughing, and he says, "Well, I've brought some entertainment for us tonight, and so I hope you all are ready for this." And so you see, you hear the doors of the entrance close very starkly against the crowd. And you are flashed back to the night that you met Don Sebastian, and he said to you, "I want to see how lucky you are."
Oh, that's right. We never got to that last time. Okay. So you said, "I want to see how lucky you are." Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's up to me to decide what that looked like.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're in Camarilla turf, son.
God damn it! All right, go ahead.
No, I mean, so what are you thinking? So he just leapt off of a chandelier.
That's right.
He was holding a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
He was fencing, like jumping around, like vampire acrobatic style, all over the room, fencing with another kindred. And people it's kind of a semi-party. You know, there's a little bit of raucous behavior going on. He saw 2 women making out, you know, on one of the couches. One was kindred, one was mortal. There's some like blatant like feeding going on. People were just kind of laughing and talking and just kind of also watching the adventurous prince jumping around his beautiful plush like mansion.
Sort of
Crystal
mission style.
Mission style, crystal chandeliers, oriental rugs, plants, exotic birds, animals.
White plaster walls.
Yes, and then like
floors.
tile floors, and then there's this big patio outside that butts up against like the trees of the hill that he lives on, and yeah, and so his manservant was like, "Sir, like here they are."
His manservant. All right,
what?
So
Like it's just like his butler.
Yeah,
and yeah, and so he leapt off of the chandelier and. He's like, "Oh yeah, like I want to see how lucky you really are. Let's see the extent. I want to try the extent of your luck tonight."
Okay, and this would have been in like 1912.
12.
Okay. Let's try the extent of your luck tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So one was right next to you.
And one was right next to me. Okay. All right. I think. I think that he would have challenged me to a game of Russian roulette.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's not pleasant being shot as a vampire, but
no,
it's not. It's not fatal either.
No, it's not.
But it's like full on, like to the head kind of thing.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Or maybe some other part of the body, I don't know, that would like be really inconvenient and painful.
Definitely,
you know?
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we just need a 6-sider for that.
We do.
But
yes, actually, how about this as a variation of Russian roulette?
I'm good with this.
No, I know, but instead of it pointing it at yourself, we're handing the gun back and forth and pointing it at the other person. Right. So it's like you point it at the other person, pull the trigger.
Right.
Right? How does that sound?
That's fine.
Okay. Because I don't think he would, like, publicly take the risk of being seen shooting himself.
No, never.
You know? No. But if it was, like, me shooting him, that would generate sympathy. And if it was him shooting me...
Just business as
usual. It would
usual.
be like, yeah,
He's
you're the
badass.
best.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab a 6-sider.
Okay.
My dice are mothballed at the moment.
Mothballed? Aww.
All right.
Well, they're not that bad. You use just like a handy carrying case.
Like you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like me.
Like Urkel. right.
What? Oh my god.
All right, here we go.
All right. So
we should symbolically hand the die back and forth. No, that's
now
fine.
we got to keep tabs on like
We do.
what numbers are already.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll have to.
Okay, wait. Let me just do something really quick.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What's he covering your dice roll?
I don't
for?
want you to see it.
Oh, you were determining which number it is?
I'm determining which chamber it's in. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Up from the 36th chamber. All right, so. Wait, but if you've already decided what chamber it's in, then we don't have to roll the dice. You just made the die roll.
No, I need to know when it's going to go off.
Right, so I don't have to roll anything, though.
Yes, you do.
Why?
How do we know which one you're going to actually get?
Because you just rolled what chamber it is. So now we go clicky clicky back and forth until we do the number that it is.
No, it's until you roll that number.
No,
It's not going not chronologically.
Yes, it is because
All right, so you're the game designer, so you tell me why I'm wrong.
Okay. Well, unless you're spinning the cylinder each time.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you want to spin the cylinder
Yes.
each time? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like you spin the cylinder once.
No.
And then you just take turns pulling the trigger on each other. Okay, that's fine then.
Okay, yeah, that's how I view it.
Wow, so you're going for the ultra random.
Yes,
Interesting. Okay.
that's how he would do it.
That's true. That's true. Because you can't. That way you can't count.
No.
How many
Exactly.
pulls of the trigger it's been.
Yeah, I don't want. What's the fun in that?
Good point. Okay, so do I get the first trigger pull?
So let's set the scene.
Okay.
So he says,
I want to see how lucky you are.
"I want to see how lucky you are," and so almost like by magic, another man comes forward. He's very like he looks like he could be like one of your family members.
Okay.
Like he's just he's super handsome. He looks like he has like Mexican ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I got too many tabs up here.
Hey, when I know in your Scopius? Your copious.
The scope of your copious work.
The scope of your Scopius Copius, well-known Roman politician.
Copernicus.
Scopernicus. DJ Scopernicus. Anyway, in your copious spare time,
Oh yes.
I realize, you've been slacking. But when am I going to get some visual aids of these characters?
Oh.
Because I know you got them. I know the way you prep, you've probably got character portraits for all these different characters.
All right. So what do you need? Who do you need
I
to
feel
see?
deprived.
Who do you need to see?
I feel
right now?
visually deprived.
You can.
I want to
There's
see
a lot of people we can blame for that right now, in terms of my time and what I'm able to do.
in terms of just our sense of deprivation as well.
Okay. So who do you need to see right now?
Well, I'd love to see Catalina first of all.
Okay. Let me.
If we could just go back, if I could turn back time.
If I could turn back time.
That's right.
All right. So Catalina.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So again, as I mentioned, heart-shaped face, massive eyes that
Yeah.
are actually like light brown. I said dark brown, but they're light brown.
My favorite color is light tan.
A light tan. Long black hair.
Yeah,
But it's,
that's right. And then she had
just
it gathered
she
up.
pins it on that day.
On that day.
Okay, who else do you want to see?
Don Sebastian.
Okay, I showed him to you before, but I will show him to you again. If y'all want to have the home version.
The home version.
Here you go.
Vampire the Masquerade home version. I don't think you showed me that,
Yes, I
actually.
did.
No, I'd remember that.
All right. So
Excellent.
He, let me just make sure.
Very roguish.
Super roguish. Yeah, it's Pedro Pascal,
Oh, right. Yeah.
the actor.
Rocking a mustache.
You may know him. Has a beautiful mustache.
I know,
Super
jealous.
handsome, charming, handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you want to see?
I think that's good for now.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know what Wilma looks like.
Yes, got Wilma.
You know what Florence Hugo looks like.
No, actually, I don't know.
Oh, okay. This.
Anyway, whenever you get a chance to do one of your famous handouts with your character matrix on it, I'll be overjoyed.
But this is Florence Hugo.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Grace Jones.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right. So the man who walks up with the revolvers, he's super handsome and looks like he could be a relative of yours.
Yeah.
But he has there's some really malice.
Oh.
He's like dangerous.
Okay.
And you've seen this level of like power, but it's like it's scary. It's scary. He has this glint in his eye, like he wants to just eat you.
Ugh.
Like he wouldn't give two shits.
Low humanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he comes up and he just has this little grin, and like one of his fangs is like sticking out, you know?
Right.
And he hands the guns to Don Sebastian, who nods and says, "Thank you, Joaquin. Thank you, thank you."
Of course.
And so he takes them and he's like, "Let's go outside for this. It's such a beautiful night. Come on, come on, come on." So he puts his arm around you. He's a little shorter than you.
Nice.
He puts his arm around you and he's like, "So lucky. You're very new here, and yet you're not."
I'll say, oh yeah, born and raised. Right here.
Yes. I share that same family line in a manner of speaking. I've been here for a very long time.
I know you have, Don Sebastian.
Yes. This will be fun. This is going to be just so much fun. All right. So, come on, come on, come on. So other people from the other room start streaming into the patio area. The patio area is just kind of like rounded off. And like I said, there's trees in the background. Like I said, there's trees in the background and bushes. It feels fairly secluded. It's really beautiful. And up above, you can see the stars. And there's like a crescent moon overhead. And there's a slight breeze. It's that beautiful botanical smell of the Southern California breeze. And so there's patio chairs, out there. So people are just they're kind of like, and you've seen this before with some kindred, is that like when they sit down, it's almost like they're posing. They can get so still in their movement. So everyone's sort of just sitting in like these different poses or standing and just observing. So you see a variety of people. You see, you see Joaquin, as you saw before. You see a woman, who's very tall, very dancer-like, with long red hair and green eyes, and she's wearing just like this very flowing kind of gown, very like 19 teens, just very like the pre-Raphaelite, kind of look. So it's very flowy, very pretty, like semi-umpire waist kind of thing. Long hair that's kind of clipped back, but it's very long down her back. And she just has a very cold expression. You see a couple other folks, the mortals, are kind of coming out, and male, female mixture. You also see a woman who is she has like kind of light brown skin, very curly hair, and an infectious laugh. And so she's talking to some of the mortals, saying how this is so exciting. We get to see this happen. I love it when he does this, she says. And she has kind of also a little sparkle in her eye of just like kind of this, again, dangerous. Like, even though you have been around vampires for, many decades, I think it's still maybe a little uncanny
Well, if anything, I know what they're capable of.
Right.
So it's like, I don't have that protection of ignorance,
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Servants gathered around. You hear the crickets in the background chirping, and you hear the little flutter of a bat, some maybe animals in the brush. Just your senses are so heightened. And he hands you this revolver. And he says, "All right. So this is a game I do for most of our, let's say, new family members here. They're going to take the gun. There's a bullet in one of the chambers here. They're going to spin it and then point it at the other person and shoot. And we'll just see who gets shot first."
All right. Who gets the gun first?
Oh, by all means. After you.
So he hands me this gun.
Yeah.
And I give it a little inspection.
Yeah.
And, get this, knock the cylinder open and then spin it, and then like do a little wrist flick to, get it back in.
Click it into place.
And then stand back. How far apart are we standing here?
You're about 10 feet apart.
So I'll stand back in kind of the, the textbook shooter's pose,
Right.
with my feet shoulder width apart and my, my other arm like behind my back, and like extend the arm. And you know what?
What? Are you feeling saucy?
Feeling saucy.
Feeling your oats?
Feeling like a Bravo.
Oh.
I'm taking each individual oat out and feeling it, and then putting it back
Feel
in.
every oat.
Feel every single oat. But no, I'm gonna draw it out a little bit. Like I'm sure he's standing there smiling at me.
Yeah, he's grinning.
And I'm gonna like kind of like move the gun up and down like I'm deciding where to aim. And I'll pause like over the heart and over the crotch. And then I'll bring it back up.
So he's looking over at the group as you're doing that, like laughing at each spot you're kind of stopping at, like check this guy out.
Yeah, look at this bitch. All right. Can you do me a favor to increase the tension? Can you write down the number that you rolled on the die and then like place it on the table or something as a little like token?
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that do for you?
Like, because if I roll it, you can flip it over and reveal the number.
Okay, you want that?
I like the physical component of it.
Okay, all right.
More ASMR. No, it's too much. It's too much ASMR. No, it's too much. Too sexy.
Too sexy. All right, so it is placed on the table.
All right, here we go.
All right. What are you rolling here? What are you going to roll? 1.
A 1. So click.
Click.
Okay.
He smiles. My turn.
All right. So I will, nod, politely and walk over with the gun handle extended to him and hand it over.
Takes it. And then just with a very quickly, like very fast, just like vampire speed.
Yeah.
He opens it, spins it, clicks it back, and just straight up just shoots you, like shoots at you.
And pulls the trigger.
Pulls the trigger. How about that?
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
3.
A 3.
Click.
Ooh. Okay.
All
So
right.
he hands it back to me.
He does.
Okay.
He's just like looking at you, kind of semi-serious.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm very serious this whole time,
Yeah, so he's just trying to gauge like your attitude with this.
Okay.
All right.
So again, and I'm keeping my movements very deliberate, But this time, after I spin the cylinder, I'll make less of a show of aiming, and I'll just point it at his face. A 5. Yes, there it is.
There's a 5.
See, there's the payoff right there.
So, you aim at his face.
Yep. Yeah.
And
should I make a firearms roll just
please
to see
do.
how effective it is?
Please do.
Okay, it's only 3 dice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aim shot at close range, difficulty 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
5. Just checking the charts here.
Okay, 1 success.
1. Okay. So you see it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
That you aren't quite sure if you hit him.
This is a little puff of blue smoke.
Yeah, a puff, and then he's just still standing there smiling at you.
Yeah.
And you see, as he turns to look at the group, he turns to, like, his face is facing you, and there's just, like, blood, like, streaming down from, like, his temple.
Oh, wow.
Down.
Yeah. It was a
his
grazing
chin.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he laughs. He's like, oh, nice try. That was fast. That was too fast. I don't like that. Was just that just ended too quickly for me. I know.
And then I'll say, well, that's why they call me Lucky.
So he wags a finger at you. He's like, I'm still not convinced, Lucky. I'm not. I have a better idea. Yeah. That'll be amazing. All right. Okay, so he claps his hands. Tara, Cassandra, Joaquin, come over here. So you see them step up. So you see the redhead woman she's looking at Joaquin. And she's looking at you very coldly. And she says, I'm Cassandra. Nice to meet you. She offers her hand.
All right. Well, I'll give a polite bow as I take it.
Okay. And then the other woman who was laughing with the curly hair, that's Tara. And she says, I'm Tara. A pleasure to meet you. She's just very forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll give her a little bow as well.
She's like, oh. She offers her hand to you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Thank you. And so the Don is looking at them and he's looking at you and he says, yes, perfect. All right. So depending on how this goes, well, we'll just see about that. I still want to see your luck. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to choose one of your fellow kindred here, and I want you to drain them dry.
So I'll kind of like, I'll give the other two a look like, is this guy serious?
And they're just staring at you coldly.
I'll look back at him. I'll say, why?
Oh, I just want to see how it goes. I want to see how lucky you are.
Luck has nothing to do with that.
Oh, I think it does. Depends on who you want to pick. They're all full up, so whoever you want to pick, they've been feeding all night. He kind of looks over at the other group, kind of smirking.
And I say, well, what will that accomplish?
I want to see how lucky you are. And he comes up to you and like smacks your cheek a little bit. And he walks away. He's like, pick who you want.
Okay.
What do you do?
So he's asked me to drain a vampire? Well, this is quite the moral dilemma.
Tell me about it. Talk to me about it. What is it?
Well, he's, I mean, first of all, he's asking me to drink another vampire's blood, which would put me on one step towards a blood bond. Secondly, he's
putting about blood bonds?
Of course.
Okay.
Secondly, he's putting me at risk for tipping over the edge and diablerizing, committing diablery in front of everybody. And I'm not even sure if this would be some kind of like hospitality violation as well, you know, like.
Why do you care about that?
I care about it to some extent. I'm not just going to go around, you know, draining random vampires, you know, necessarily. Let me make a conscience roll here.
Okay.
Difficulty 6, let's say.
I'm going to say difficulty 8.
8. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait. This is your conscience.
Yes.
Correct? Okay,
yes.
Yeah. Difficulty 5.
5. Oh,
sorry.
Other way. Other direction.
Yeah.
All right. 2 successes. So I'm very conflicted by this. Okay. So I'll turn. I'll say, well, do I have any volunteers?
These are your volunteers, he says. You choose from them.
How do they all look?
Again, they're kind of looking at you coldly, but also with a little, like Joaquin is looking very tough, like stoic.
Yeah.
Cassandra is kind of smirking, and Tara is just smiling at you. Like, who are you going to pick?
I guess I'll take Cassandra.
Very well. So Joaquin and Tara walk away, and Tara takes Joaquin's arm, and she's like, oh, what's going to happen? So Cassandra steps forward, and she's looking at you, just kind of smirking like, oh, I didn't think you were going to do it.
All right.
That's what she says to you.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do?
Oh man. Let me. Can I get a read on her?
Sure. Yeah. Perception plus awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Difficulty 7.
Okay, I have insightful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's 6.
No, it just means that
Oh, is that your
my
specialty?
10s. Yeah, my 10s will be double.
All right, fine.
Okay.
So 7.
Mm-hmm. 7, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Not a single success on that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Didn't botch it,
Oh my goodness.
but yeah, she really is cold.
Yeah, so you're looking at her. You don't see, like, she's just, again, it's like she's almost like kind of haughty and like challenging you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet you can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is my internal conflict here. Like, I'm not actually Camarilla. Like, I don't give a shit about the Camarilla. You know what I mean? I'm just here as a courtesy so that he doesn't, like, you know, try and run me out of town, basically. So it's like I'm not concerned about, like, necessarily getting in his good graces, like, on a political level. But I do want to stay on his good side, just in terms of, like, I don't want the prince on my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, where does that line lie? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
All right. Well, I'll look at Cassandra and I'll say, are you okay with this?
And she says, I'm standing here, aren't I? You notice that there's like a little, like the belt around her waist. It's like this black velvet belt.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little snake head, similar to...
This is the flashback.
Part of it.
Part of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will take her hand again.
Okay.
And I will raise it to my mouth and I'll bite down on the wrist.
Okay. So she flinches
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if the excruciating kiss applies to Kindred as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's see here.
It does.
I just happen to have this open in front of me here. Ah.
Does
The
it?
kiss of a Giovanni vampire causes excruciating pain in mortal vessels who receive
okay.
it.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I just happen to have the page open.
Okay,
so
yeah, I can't keep track of all your clan stuff.
That's fine. That's my job. That's fine.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, so she just flinches just from the
Yeah,
skin
of course.
being broken,
Of
but other
course,
than
yeah.
that, it feels like nothing.
Yeah, normal.
She's standing there. You're standing there doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you start sucking, drinking the blood. It's it's very rich.
So I will. All right, I've got it now.
Oh,
I've got it now.
Oh,
baby.
do you?
Oh, I've got it, baby.
Uh-huh.
So I will drain, but a mouthful. I assume Don Sebastian is standing nearby.
Yeah.
So I will start to drink, and I'm sure he's like got his grin on his face and everything, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll drink, until my mouth is full, and then I'll break off and I'll spit the blood in his face.
What?
And then as I'm like backhand wiping the blood off my chin, I'll say, "You want to test how lucky I am? What are you going to do about that?"
All right.
Bravo, baby.
I know.
I'm not gonna get bullied.
Yeah.
I'm the bully.
Oh, lovely. Great. Makes me very sympathetic. Good
Yeah, no.
job.
Hey, I'm the only bully in this. No, but I'm definitely.
No, I get it,
I'm
I
not
get
going to take that kind of like power trip lying down.
Right. So you pull. So you spit the blood in his face.
Yes.
Because he's watching.
Yeah.
So you accurately spit it in his face.
Oh yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. It hits his face with a splat.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cassandra pulls away from you.
And then I'll say, "You wanted to test how lucky I am. What are you going to do about that?"
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Cassandra pulls away from you.
Mm-hmm.
She licks her own wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking at you, and she actually suddenly looks very younger than you first initially saw her.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's just, like, very much looks like a teenage girl.
Oh, funny.
Like, before, it's like she kind of
Oh, she drops her artifice or whatever?
Mm-hmm. So she kind of scoots away. I mean, she's still tall for, a 16-year-old, but she kind of backs away, flash of red hair, and, like, she's back, like, with the mortals. And Don Sebastian's standing there in his suit. Or no, actually, it was, like, this totally, like, white dress shirt.
Yeah.
Open.
Yeah.
The blood is, like...
with jodhpurs.
Yeah. The blood is, like, trickling down his neck.
Uh-huh.
From his face. So he had squinted once it happened.
Yeah.
So he opens it. There's just like, you see like the kind of crags around his eyes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's all where like the skin is
Blood's
still not, there's no blood there.
Yeah.
No, there's no blood there. It's like if you squint.
Yeah.
And then you open your eyes. Like if you got something like soot in your face.
Yeah, totally.
It's like that. And like the blood is running down his chin, down his neck, down his throat, seeping into the white shirt. Mm-hmm. And his eyes are on fire. Mm-hmm. They are on fire.
Yeah, that would be like a frenzy potential there for sure.
Yeah, sure is. This is like a public humiliation.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so guess what I gets to roll up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get to that page.
How's that self-control rating?
Yeah. All right, so here I go.
I shall turn my head away so I don't know how many dice you're rolling. Keep it a mystery.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, he didn't botch, did he?
No.
Okay, good.
So suddenly he just starts laughing. Like the eyes flash red. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for mortal or for kindred or vampire, anytime you see a vampire's eyes flash red, it's fucking scary.
I would imagine
like
so.
it's just like holy.
Yeah.
Because it's like the next step would be like you don't see them coming. Like it's just like and then you're dead.
Yeah.
So the eyes flash red, and then he blinks, and they're back to kind of his normal warm brown eyes. And then he just starts laughing, and then he says, "Get me a towel. I need a towel for my face, please." And so somebody comes running up with his white towel, and like he starts wiping his face off with the blood. And he turns to Cassandra and gives her a little wink. And then he throws the towel on the ground, and he says, "You're lucky this night. We'll see how many more nights you have. Thank you, Wilma." And then he just turns to the group and starts to talk with them.
Out of here.
Yeah, exactly. and unless you wanted to say anything. So
No,
he says,
that's
"Thank
fine.
you, Wilma."
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to do?
No.
So he turns to the group and starts talking with them. And did I tell you about the time that I went to the Olivas Ranch? Let me tell you about that night. And Wilma is like looking at you, stricken, not quite sure what she just saw.
Yeah.
And she just turns to head toward the door. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So you both get into into your car. The car gets your car gets pulled up. You have your driver.
I don't know, 1912, maybe it's even still like a buggy or something. They bring the buggy around.
No, it was a car. We figured out it was a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would have been the older model.
Way older, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you mean your old car? You mean your current car?
No, my current car is a 1920 model, baby.
Okay, yeah, no.
So maybe it's Wilma's car or something.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely is. It's not your... I mean, you're in the sense of you and Wilma. Yeah. So they bring up Wilma's car. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the driver comes and...
we put on our trench coats and our goggles.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Yeah.
Got to get suited up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you all get in and you leave the ranch.
Okay.
Heading down the hill.
I'm wondering if I've ever been back since, or if I've even seen Don Sebastian since then, 10 years ago.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm fine if I haven't. Like maybe this is like the first time I've seen him like in person. I'm like, ooh, you know, like.
I think that might be great, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the first time you've seen him in 10 years.
Because that was part of why I did that, is just to basically tell him, don't fuck with me. Like, I'm not one of your Camarilla stooges, you know, like, leave me alone, you know? And so he probably has.
Yeah.
He has suffered me to live in his city, but we're just kind of in different different spheres.
Yeah.
And that maybe, still getting the names. Maybe Florence, the reason, like, she's kind of a voice in his ear because she likes me.
Yeah.
And she uses me as a handy tool that's outside the Camarilla hierarchy, right? So it's like, she's like, no, leave him alone.
Yeah. Yeah, she puts in a good word for you, for sure.
Okay.
It seems that way. Because
he's useful.
Exactly.
Right.
He hasn't bothered you since that night.
Okay, cool. Yep, I like it.
Okay, so flash forward 1922 in this penthouse, like multiple suites of the Biltmore Hotel in Beverly Hills, where this party by the Drazzle sisters is taking place. You've encountered Sister Bliss. You have met Catalina, and the Don has shown up to really get the party started.
He's coming out because he's going to get this party started.
That's right.
All right. So, yeah, I see him like, oh, man. Little flashback sequence ensues. And then, but, you know, I'm just going to be standing my ground, you know, like just watching as this party crashes in. Yeah.
So the doors, like I said, have been shut. There's even more people in the space now. And Don Sebastian's looking across the crowd and your eyes meet. What do you do?
I'll wink at him.
He looks away. And he says, thank you, Abra and Zita, for starting the party, but I brought something that's going to make it a lot more fun for everyone. And so when he speaks, he has, I don't know if I'm conveying this, but he's like incredibly charismatic.
Yeah,
and just, he has this kind of like glint of, it's almost like, it's hard to describe in this period of time, but it's kind of what we would determine as like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like they don't know what that is yet, really. They're beginning to understand what that means. But he like actually like embodies this like feeling of he's special and there's something that you can't stop looking at him. He's just so interesting and everything he says is funny, charming. Everyone loves him. Or so it seems.
Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
Do you look around the room to see? Do you look around the room to see how other people are reacting?
You know, I always am. I mean,
So,
I'm always keeping an eye on the surroundings.
So you have Catalina on your arm, correct? And so who else are you looking at or trying to spot?
Actually, I'm most curious about Sister Bliss since apparently she's on his shit list. So I'm curious if she's made herself scarce or not.
Yeah, you haven't seen her since you were kind of transfixed by Catalina, so, but you're not seeing her among the crowd. Whereas in other parties in the past, you have. Like, and you've gone to parties, like, and in fact, you know, Alonzo said that the Don was asking for you. So how many parties of his have you actually gone to, or have you just gone to these Drazzle sister parties? And you may leave before he shows up, or just those types of things.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think I'm just very good at not being there when he's there.
Right, and so I think he's noticed your absence, which is why Alonzo, you know, like a couple hours ago was like, "Hey, like Don Sebastian's been asking about you." So it's time for you to like interact again.
All right. Well, 10 years in vampire time is like 2 weeks in mortal time. It's been a minute, girl. All right, so...
All right, so...
Yeah.
The party is kind of like...
Oh, but you were asking my read of the room.
Yeah, so who else? So you're looking for Sister Bliss.
Should I just roll perception plus alertness, perhaps?
Yeah, go for it.
Since I have insight.
Absolutely.
Okay, just to get a general read.
Yeah.
Sister Bliss, nowhere to be seen. That's no surprise.
Right.
Okay. Uh-oh. That's a lot of ones.
Oh, no.
What's my difficulty?
Oh, difficulty is 5.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad then. 3 successes.
Okay. So, Not
dropping
again.
Dice.
You need
I
to-
never picked up that one from last week either. It's somewhere in this room.
That's not good. Don't step on it.
I know.
So, you're looking around the room, and yes, you see Florence.
Okay.
And you just see
Makes
her.
sense.
Yeah, you just see her talking with Alonzo, and they're
What's-
kind of
what's
getting in a
the-
heated discussion. Actually,
Oh, really? Already? What is the general like feel of the room now that this bitch has shown
people
up?
are excited. They're just like, "What's he gonna do? What did he bring? What's gonna happen next?" Like
Okay.
people are super excited. You can sense also like a bit of like this kind of undercurrent of hunger in the room.
Because all these mortals just came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
So he wants to talk to me. So I probably.
Oh no, he's just wondering why you haven't come around. He just wants to know, like why haven't you been showing your face around?
Right.
Yeah.
But Alonzo said. Oh, he said Don Sebastian's been wondering about you or
Yeah.
asking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been asking.
Like missing you. Like where
I
is?
ain't missing you at all.
All right.
All right, so interesting. Okay, so then I'll look to Catalina. Like, how's she taking all of this? How's she look in terms
She's
of
curious.
her reaction?
She's wondering what's going to happen next. She's kind of in anticipation. Like, what is it going to be? She's been to other parties, and so she's seen some stuff that's happened. So she's kind of just looking around, like expectantly, like what's going to happen.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so I'm just gonna do another one of these sort of trait tests here.
Okay.
Just roll my courage. Just one success on that one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So what was that for again?
Courage.
Courage. Okay. So what are you feeling about this? It doesn't feel very exciting.
I'm not feeling terribly comfortable. I was kind
because
of
you're remembering the last time you saw him. What
exactly,
happened.
and if he's been asking about me, I'm like, great. So, and then also Sister Bliss disappearing is not good.
Why?
I'm supposed to be on her ass, so.
Right.
That's the whole point I came to this party, was to see if she was here and then maybe put a trail on her or something,
Right.
So
Right.
So I was hoping that Catalina would look a little uncomfortable and then I could be like, hey, you want to get out of here, baby? But that's fine. So I think instead, the one success, I'm not necessarily going to run away. All right, well, what's he doing? As I'm mulling my options.
So you see him talking to somebody, kind of talking in their ear, and then it looks like he's about to
Is he looking at me and pointing?
No.
Yeah, that guy right there.
That guy right there. Just make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Get rid of him. So yeah, you see that he's coming back to be able to introduce whatever it is the surprise that he's brought to the party.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sufficiently curious.
You're wondering.
I'm not going to run off.
You're not going to run away.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you had rolled that? Would you run away?
If I'd botched it,
Yeah, you were like, bye.
I'd be like, I gotta go.
Jump out the window. Put your hat on and get the hell out.
Be like Aaron running away from the SWAT team
What? Oh.
way back when.
And you're like, uh-oh.
I'm like, I didn't think you'd run away.
And he did. Okay. So what?
All the times your characters have run away from things, I'm like, what the hell? I should be used to it by now. All right, go on.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All of what do you mean?
I was just thinking of Maneater in our Palladium game, just fucking booking it. When the Baron showed up.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think I can make a life in this carnival. Oh, what? Nope, I'm out. I'm out.
I was tired at the time. I just had zero tolerance. Okay. So
Go on.
So you see him step up back onto the platform. And he's like, all right. We have a little dance, a little performance for everybody. So I want you to make some room on the floor there. So people start moving back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, clear the area over there. And he's like looking back to see like if people are where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says, yes. So I have music for the band. So he had given them music.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, let the games begin. And suddenly this music starts up, and it's very like slow and sultry, very rhythmic. You know, like it's definitely like a slower kind of jazzy kind of like atmosphere that's being brought up. And so you see all of these eyes, like everybody's just like looking to see where to look. And suddenly there's a spotlight in the corner that kind of illuminates the space. And suddenly like you see all of these like young men and women, like all very beautiful, come walking very slowly onto the dance floor. And they're dancing to the music, they're swaying and dancing. And they just do this for a while, and everyone's just like riveted watching them move. Then suddenly they just start taking their clothes off.
Oh.
And
These are all mortals?
Mortals, yeah, they're all mortals. And they just suddenly start like striptease, like it's like a striptease, almost. And so they're taking their clothes off. And so there's some murmuring in the crowd, like murmurs. People are more like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh. And they're still dancing, and the dancing is getting more like sexual, more erotic. And then from that same corner that they emerged from, you see some other, like, I guess it's part of, I should know. People
I would guess.
I would guess.
Yeah.
No. But these are folks from Don Sebastian's, like, these are kindred from Don Sebastian's kind of entourage.
Sure.
And they come forward with these knives.
Ooh, oh.
And you see them handing the knives to these dancers. And very slowly, very calmly, like, it's just part of the dance, and it's getting more heated, the music's getting more intense, and everyone's just, like, riveted, like, they're just staring, like, people can't stop, and kindred cannot stop staring. And then, out of the blue, they just start cutting themselves. And blood with the knives, and blood is just trickling down their bodies. And they're just kind of cutting in different places. They don't seem to be wincing at all. They have sort of this glassy-eyed look. It reminds you of the bellhop's look. And they're just doing this, and blood is spilling. And once that blood starts going, you see there are some kindred that come forward and start to embrace these mortals.
Not literally.
Not literally, but just
take lapping up the blood. And,
So it just devolves into like this like blood orgy, basically, where there's blood, the knives fall to the floor. There are people on the floor. There's all different types of sexual acts taking place.
Oh my!
The kindred pounce on these mortals, and mortals are also kind of like getting involved somehow.
So it turns into an orgy, basically.
That's what I said.
Yeah, a blood orgy.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is happening, and it is just chaos.
Chaos ensues.
What do you do?
Let's see. I'm not hungry yet.
Are you? You're not? Okay.
No. How's Catalina taking all this?
You feel her hand, like, her hand is gripping your arm, like, very tightly. And she's just staring at what's happening.
Okay. I think, let me just do another little test roll here.
Okay.
Self-control this time. Okay, that's fine. So I think that although I'm certainly not one to turn my nose up at blood, that's not really what I came here for. I didn't come here for an orgy.
All right.
And so I'll turn, feeling Catalina gripping my hand. I'll turn to her.
Forearm.
My forearm, even. I'll turn to her and just, give her one of those very forceful 1930s style kisses.
Oh, you kiss her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just kind of channel the energy of the room into that.
Oh, okay.
If I feel like she's getting excited by all this.
So you're going to take advantage of the moment?
Focus it back on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she kisses you back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And once we've had our fill of that, looking down at her, I'll say, "What do you say we get out of here?" She
nods.
Okay.
All right.
So Don Sebastian closed the doors to the suite. So I will, and we're up on the top floor. All right. So, I think it's sufficient just to lead her out to a balcony. That could qualify as getting out of here.
Yeah, it can. But there's more than just those main doors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple doors that were basically like along the hall. There's like multiple penthouse suites that were like all over
I see.
And so there's multiple doors to multiple rooms.
Got it. Yep.
There are doors that lead out to the hall.
Got it.
So.
Yep. Okay. So they basically rented the whole top floor.
Yeah.
And then just opened all the connecting doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Well, then we'll head
along
out.
the wall.
I take it.
Meanwhile, there's just the groans and screams and just.
I take it. Don Sebastian is right in the middle of all this.
He's watching from above.
Oh my god, you kinky bastard! All right, so just dispassionately sitting on a throne,
Yeah.
This bores me.
Well, no, he's happy that it went over well.
Yeah. He's into it.
He feels accomplished.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Do I have to make any roll to escape, or is he transfixed by his own?
He's transfixed by his own magnificence. So I think what you can do.
Not that will be a fatal flaw or anything.
I think you do have to do self-control for all the. You're not hungry at all?
I rolled self-control. I got 3
You already
successes.
did? Okay, you're fine. Okay, good. All right, so what do you do?
We will leave.
Okay, so what are you doing?
We're getting out of there. We'll take the stairs since the elevator's out of order.
Yeah. So as you are going down the stairs, you're seeing police officers running up the stairs.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll say to Catalina, "Oh, left just in time."
She kind of smiles and says, "I don't know. We'll see." And so you're heading down the stairs all the way down to the bottom floor. What do you do next?
Call for my car.
Okay. So
my car this time.
Me. It's my car.
It's my car.
So you're calling for your car. When suddenly you hear glass break.
Oh, shit.
It sounds like it's coming from high up. And then very, very quickly on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
2 bodies.
Oof.
Police uniforms.
Oh.
They're completely smashed beyond recognition.
Yeah. Okay. So
the valet is staring as they're handing you your keys.
Yeah.
And then they're running toward the bodies after they've handed you the keys.
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah, we'll get out of there.
All right. So you speed out.
Which for a 1920 car, speeding out would be like, hold on a second, gotta do the engine crank. Okay, there we go. All right.
Well, no, it's already started.
That's true. It was just idling.
Yeah, it was idling.
Okay.
No, it's already started.
Okay.
Yeah. So Catalina's looking back out the back of the car and says, "What was that?"
And I'll say, "I thought you knew Don Sebastian."
So she kind of turns around and her face is suddenly very serious. It's like she was almost pretending to not know what that was all about.
So yeah, mine too. I definitely have a kind of grim expression on my face. And I'll just say, "This is why I don't like hanging around him. It always ends in blood."
Well, isn't that what we're here for?
To some extent.
So where do you want to go?
Where can I take you, my lady? My coach is yours.
Well, I don't really feel like driving around all night.
That's fine. Where would you like to go?
I don't know if I trust to bring you back to my place.
Why would you never... Why would you have any reason not to trust me?
I barely know you.
True.
She's like, make a turn here. So she starts giving you directions.
Yeah.
So then you are driving through the streets. And some are like more like developed, but some aren't, you know. And you drive along a road that's just like all these like short little, what they call palm trees. Like they're very tiny.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
They're like baby palm trees.
Okay. Right.
Just along these different main routes. Twists and turns, and then you make your way to going toward the ocean. And so you eventually make your way to this, it's a fairly established house near the shore, the ocean, the beach.
The beach.
The beach, as it were.
What kind of house is this?
This is a very, like, again, Spanish style, you know.
Style at the time.
It is. The red tile roof and I'm looking for it.
Does it look like a more recent construction?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so it kind of looks like a mini hotel, actually. So there's kind of this rounded front, and then there's these two basically other parts of the property kind of next to it.
Okay.
So it's round in the front, and there's like, it looks like there's a patio on top of that first round.
Like a patio balcony. kind of
Exactly,
thing.
yeah. And then there's just two like other
Got it.
floor, like I don't know, it's like they're part of the building, right?
Yeah.
So
you trying to describe architecture as me like me trying to describe women's fashion.
no, I try
It's a thing. And then it belts, and then it's a thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But clothes are clothes. I mean, like
Architecture's architecture.
Yeah, well.
Buildings are buildings.
All right. So I deserve that. So it's like this rounded front, balcony, patio area, and then there's like, you can see there's just two parts of the building.
Two wings? Is that
wings?
Wings, okay.
Thank you.
Got there in the end.
I did. And so
covered portico kind of thing, like a long, like on the wings. Is it like the San Fernando Mission style with like the little arched?
Yeah.
Portico.
Yeah, and there's like a little lawn in the front, like very short little shrubs.
Yeah.
Little grassy
Manicured
area.
shrubs.
Yeah. And she says, "This is me."
Oh, very nice indeed.
Well, a lot of my group lives here too.
Ah, I see. Yes, this group of yours.
Do you want to come in?
That is the question, isn't it? Here's the thing.
What?
Take you into my inner monologue here. So
Good. So by this time, it's like around 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Okay. So I've probably lost the thread on Sister Bliss.
Well, for tonight.
Now, let's see. I yelled at my pharmacist to get his shit together with the morphine.
to basically like to what is it? Analyze it.
Run an analysis. Yeah. Okay. I can't remember. Did he give me an ETA on that or?
No, he just said I'll work on it. Yeah.
I'll work. All right. I'm kind of thinking I might want to, because that was pretty serious shit. I mean, that actually messed with my own memory. That means the current batch I have is bad, which means I have to get a good batch before too long. And I'm thinking, there's nothing wrong with playing hard to get. There's nothing wrong with a little cat and mouse here. So even though I'm very intrigued by this Catalina character, I don't want to show her too much,
Okay.
I already kind of gave in a little bit with the kiss,
Right.
And she showed me where she lived. So now I know that,
Okay. All right.
So
you can hear
I
the
will,
ocean waves.
Yeah. So I'll say nothing would make me happier, but unfortunately I do have an appointment I have to keep.
Oh, I see.
but I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, maybe you will. Or maybe it'll be another 50 years.
Who can say? And I'll take her hand again, and this time I'll kiss it.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
This is part of my chameleon nature. You know, I can turn it on.
Uh-huh.
I can turn on the charm, you know, when I have to.
Okay. So you do that. You smell the neroli. Smell again.
Mm-hmm.
The orange blossoms waft up.
She's been peeling oranges.
No, that's not it.
I know
The
exactly.
flowers.
I know what you're talking about. I know the smell.
It's the flowers. It's not the...
I'm telling you, it's the flowers.
So she leaves.
Okay.
She closes the door and walks into her haven.
All right. Off I go.
What do you do? Where are you going?
I'm going to head back into town and go to my pharmacist, who I understand
It's the same
is
night.
kind of an all-night gig, right? Like he works late.
It's 2 a.m.
Oh, I'm well aware.
You showed up there like around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know.
5 hours later,
Uh-huh.
you pull up,
Yeah,
the light's on.
exactly. By the way, I switched something back, actually,
did you?
because I was thinking about my dominate.
Right.
I was thinking about my dominate discipline,
Uh-huh.
and I was thinking about how that's generation dependent. So I realized I was a little rash in reducing my generation. So I actually added the dot back in. So I have
Okay.
generation 2, and I got rid of my resources dot.
Oh,
Because I'm like, I'm not that well off.
no,
you know?
but...
So I have my domain still. That's fine.
Okay.
But I like, you know, if we're going to really lean into the archetypes here, you know, I got to be a little desperate for cash, you know, and that kind
Definitely,
of thing.
yeah.
So, you know, probably Sheriff Hugo,
Yeah.
you know, that's like one of the reasons why I work with her. She, you know, gives me fat stacks,
Yeah.
you know.
For different little jobs.
Exactly.
What's the last job you did for her?
I think the last job I did, she seems to like to use me as muscle. So, yeah, I think the last job she put me on was just trailing some, you know, outsider kindred who came into town and was, you know, hadn't introduced himself
Okay.
to the prince, and so she's like, keep an eye on him.
Okay, what did they end up doing?
He was in town for like a few days and then left.
Was there anything notable about him?
Tall, scruffy looking, you know, but didn't seem to be, you know, up to any shenanigans or anything. You know, fed off of a derelict down at the rail yard, you know, but that was about it.
Okay. All right, so you're driving down the streets,
Mm-hmm.
heading toward the pharmacy, Bunker Hill Pharmacy.
Yep.
It is open. The light
Lights
is
are on. Yep.
You go to
lime colored stucco
Mint.
and all that.
Mint.
Whatever.
Mint is different from lime. Lime is more yellow. Mint is more blue.
Fine. All right, so you're right. So I'll go back around to the back entrance. And was the door open or?
Last time you remember, he was locking every lock.
Oh, that's right.
After you barged in, scared the shit out of him, lifted him up off the floor, and said, "Take care of this," and then whistled a creepy tune as you left.
I figured out what that tune was, too.
You did, didn't you?
I did. So this time I'll just like kind of give a polite little knock.
Okay. So you hear some footsteps. Then you see like a little finger moving like the curtain aside. And you see Mr. Carruthers' spectacles glinting back at you. He's blinking, and then his eyes get wide. And he's like, just a second. So you hear him unlocking every lock, chain, etc. Opens the door. What do you want?
Well, I was just stopping by to see how your progress is going. What have you found out?
Analysis takes a while, but I have found something, so get in here.
Excellent. I thought so. I knew I could put faith in your abilities, Mr. Carruthers.
Right. So he closes the door, locks it all. Actually, no, he doesn't lock it all.
Okay.
No. So he heads toward some little glass trays. You see there's like little implements, like little things to stir things up. And he's like, this is very strange, but it seems to have been cut with something. I'm not quite sure what it is. But it's definitely not pure morphine.
Who's your supplier?
So he's like, yeah, I mean, it's our standard supplier. It's the person we always get it from.
You've never had any problems with them?
Never. No.
Can I get their address?
Well, they're not in the state. This gets shipped to us.
I'm like, I don't know how morphine works.
What do you mean?
No, like thinking to myself, like, I don't know how that works.
Like in terms of like suppliers
yeah,
and like processing it and then shipping it and sending it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
it's like, this gets shipped to us.
So I'll say, nonetheless, it would be good information to have.
Okay, fine. So he's like, let me find it. Like, wait a minute. So he's like looking, and then he suddenly stops and he looks up and he's like, what are you going to do about this?
Nothing,
I can just call them and tell them that there was a faulty lot number. And then they can send us more. This happens sometimes. Things get compromised.
Does it now?
Well, it shouldn't, but sometimes it does. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
That people tamper with the supply of a drug?
Use your imagination.
Is there any point between the supplier and your office that somebody could have tampered with it?
Well, I mean, I suppose
Does it go
so.
to a warehouse?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely goes somewhere, and before they ship it to us, I mean, it goes to the post office.
Mm-hmm.
It might sit there for a day or so at the most before it gets sent to us. So they ship it, the post office processes it, and we get it. At least that's all I know about the chain.
Well, that's all you need to know, and you can leave the rest to me. So, yeah, don't bother calling them, but go ahead and give me their contact information.
Okay, so he gives you the contact information.
You need a medical supply in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is it Lexington or Louisville? I forget.
I don't know.
Anyway, I just want all
Okay,
the
so-
available information.
Well,
you know?
here's the thing. So we have the supplier, right? Then we have the people who manufactures it.
Yes.
Then there's the distributor.
Yes.
And then we get it.
Yes.
So a lot can happen between the supplier and the manufacturer. Like, they might repackage it. Like, there's different, there's a supply of it, but then it goes to different manufacturers to create it. So we've always gone with one manufacturer. They repackage it, they give it to the wholesale distributor, and then we get it.
Of course, the wholesale distributor. Yes. I'm like, I don't, like.
So yeah, he's just feeling all this jargon,
I'm like,
So like, you'd really have to like ask on a couple different levels. There's places. I mean, this could have been just something with the supplier. Like the supply could have been bad, and the manufacturer didn't know, and then they just packaged it and shipped it to us. There could have been something that happened in manufacturing where, somebody messed up something somewhere, and then it got distributed to us. Or somebody could have switched it out with the distributor and sent it to us, and it was not the morphine that we thought it was.
All right, fair enough. Why don't you continue with your research? Let me know what you find.
All right.
In the meantime, I need a fresh supply.
Yeah. I think we have some old stock, so let me find it. It's not expired yet. It's just we haven't sold it yet.
That's fine.
All right, so he goes off into the different little closet area, and you hear him shuffling boxes around. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I will. I do have a dot in science. Mm-hmm. Science. So yeah. I will glance at his notes and formulae and everything else, and just maybe see if I can get an idea.
Okay.
Intelligence plus science.
Yeah.
Okay. Not exactly a powerhouse in this regard, but yeah, not a botch. Very, very close to a botch.
No.
But it is a failure.
Okay, so you see his notes. They don't make any sense to you. His scrawl is really bad.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense, but you see he definitely has something that kind of says morphine. Like, it's morphine, but, like, it looks like morphine.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know that it was saying
M.
morphine.
Yeah, there's an M there, but that's it. And then you just see other, things, question mark, and then writing down different things that you can't decipher.
Okay.
He's like, all right, Lucky. All right, come on. I got this for you. This should work. So he brings a little box to you, and it has a couple, 3 vials in it. Mm-hmm. He's like, this is perfectly usable stuff. It's not from the supply that we just received. Mm-hmm. It's not expired, so it should work fine. If you have any problems, let me know.
Okay. I'll take the box from him.
All right.
Put my hat back on. Say, thanks a lot, Carruthers. I owe you one.
He just nods quietly.
Off I go.
Okay. So again, the second you're walking down the steps, you hear click, 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 chain. So what do you do? What's the incentive that Carruthers has? What do you have over him? In terms of you being contacts? What do you... Why is he so willing to help you?
Why indeed? Let's see. I think, considering my nature and everything, I think it's definitely a situation where I made him afraid for his and his family's safety.
Oh.
Not overtly so, but just kind of help me out. And it's almost like a protection racket. You help me out, I'll make sure no harm comes to you.
What harm was going to come to him?
At my hands, but...
Why? What did he do?
I think, probably I broke into his pharmacy to steal some morphine, and not thinking that he was going to be working late, and he confronted me. He had a gun, and he shot me, right in the heart, and it didn't do anything, and then I was like, yeah, you don't know what you're fucking with, basically.
Okay, all right.
And, just keep that morphine coming, and everything will be all right,
All right. So how long ago did that happen?
Maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Okay. Because I was desperately trying to come up with some kind of scheme because I was sick of feeding on people and having them, screaming and wailing.
Okay, so about 5 years into you feeding.
It was getting to be too much. And I probably tried other methods, knocking them out.
Cold cocking them?
Cold cocking them and then feeding off of them. Yeah, that just got a little old after a while.
Yeah, that's not...
Probably broke somebody's jaw. I was like, ooh, I'm really sorry about that.
No.
Yikes.
Okay, cool. All right.
Well, now I'm just picturing a vampire just knock somebody out. And then All right.
Okay, cool. All right. So, where to next?
Okay, well...
It's about 3 a.m. at this point.
All right, so...
Or I'll say 4, actually.
Yeah. So, I don't have a whole lot of other things to do, so I think I'll just head back to my place and spend the remainder of the evening, throwing out the tainted morphine, replacing it with the good stuff, but also just kind of musing about Catalina, thinking about her a lot, staring out the window, pensively.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you turn away from the windows, a pane of glass breaks.
Oh. One of my windows?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've always pictured it being up on a 4th floor.
I know.
Okay, not good then. All right. Just to be clear, how worried should I be? Okay, so I'll spin around, look around.
You see the face of Lorraine.
Really?
In the window where the glass was. And she looks like she's in agony.
God damn it. So there's something supernatural about this tainted morphine.
And then it just wisps away.
Now I'm worried. So basically, I ascertained that my memories were not reliable when I was under the influence of that morphine. Mm-hmm. And my actions were not reliable.
Right. Okay. Perceptions.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And now she's in some kind of ghost prison. Okie dokie. Well, maybe I'll call her up tomorrow night.
Lorraine?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. But other than that, great. Now I've got a shattered window. So I guess I'll write a note to the landlord and say a bird flew into the window and broke it.
Okay.
And leave that in the Dropbox.
All right.
And then crawl into my filing cabinet.
All right.
Yeah.
And head into torpor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see before you
undead slumber.
Before you go into your torpor?
What do I see?
Uh-huh.
Like when I close my eyes and I'm thinking about things, I definitely see the face of Catalina as I saw her at the party.
How does she make you feel?
She is intriguing to me in a way that I have not been intrigued in many years.
What about her is so intriguing?
I think as we established last time, I have that typical dichotomous view of women, and that very few of them occupy the sort of perfect, innocent virgin territory, And there's something about her that sort of touches on that. It might be in the eyes, There's something like very caring about that, but at the same time she seems a little dangerous and a little unpredictable. So it's sort of disgusting me, but at the same time intriguing me. So I must find out more.
All right. And so you roll yourself into your cupboard.
Yeah, it's probably a little leather strap I grabbed to pull.
All right. And your limbs get very heavy.
Secure the latch.
Yep. Your limbs get super heavy and you fade into oblivion.
Okay.
We'll leave it off there.
All right. Wow, yeah, look at that. Time flies.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Right.
Give me some of that sweet XP.
I know, I'm getting there.
I love the Giovanni clan picture in the V20 rulebook.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
With the iPhone with the skull on it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That definitely tracks.
Although it's like an iPhone 1, it looks like. It's very tiny.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go into. Oh man, I gotta get reacquainted with this PDF. What page is the experience on?
It's very easy to remember. 123.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you get 1 point at the end of a chapter. This is another chapter.
Excellent. Okay.
What have you learned in the night's events? And if I agree with the answer, I'll give the player 1 experience.
What the fuck?
I think that's like people who dealt with like major a-holes or something.
Yeah, Alex and I talk about that a lot in terms of like you see these like it's like scar tissue that runs through game design right. Where it's like you can see where somebody who wrote that had somebody in their group who was like, yeah, well, Barry over here or whatever. It's just going to be like, oh, I learned the vampires drink blood. It's just like,
fuck up, Barry.
Yeah, exactly. You give me my XP.
So what have you learned?
All right. So let's see here. What did I learn? I learned that the LA in this time, which I'll just preface by saying as a player seems way appropriate. LA at this time is crawling with snakes. There's just a lot of Setites in town. Makes total sense. I can totally see Don Sebastian just turning a blind eye to that, just being like, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's just like these fucking Setite, lodges popping up everywhere.
Lodges.
I think that's what they're called, or maybe that's Tremere. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, just all these Setites popping up everywhere, just like vermin, And he's just like, it's fine.
It doesn't care.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's pretty cool. I did learn that, and. I can't really say that I learned that Don Sebastian's an asshole because I already knew that.
He's an asshole.
But I did. But we did establish that I like the relationship we established. I think that's pretty cool.
Good.
I'm looking forward to exploring that. So, and yeah, I learned that the Camarilla can have blood orgies, just like the Sabbat. They're just a little less inhumane. Perhaps they don't just hang people upside down and then stick drinking straws in their jugulars.
Drinking straws. Yeah, there's a little bit of a dance.
There's a dance about it. You might actually survive if you're lucky.
Right.
You won't be hunted for sport necessarily.
Right. Well, all right. So you get a point for role playing, which you did great.
Oh, and you agree with what I learned?
Yeah. Oh, I agree with what you learned.
Thank you. And a point for role playing. Thank you.
Yes,
It's very kind of you.
For role playing.
All right.
Heroism. I don't think you really, did anything heroic.
No, that's going to be accidental, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, you're on humanity? Oh, you're on Sepulchre path.
No, I'm on the path of humanity.
Oh, are you?
Sepulchre is my blood magic path.
Oh, you're on humanity. Well,
I am. That's why I was very reluctant to feed off Cassandra and also participate in the blood orgy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a point for heroism because you,
Really?
yeah, because you did stand up to those temptations.
And I stood up to Don Sebastian.
And you did stand up to him. So I would say, yeah, it is very heroic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are you going to spend any points?
Let me see here. So I have 4 points again. And buying up an ability is current rating times 2. So I could buy up anything that's 2 dots or less. Or I could buy a new ability for 3 points. Or clan discipline, current rating times 5. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Secondary path. Okay, I could add a secondary path in necromancy. I could get a dot of that for 4 points. That's interesting. I feel like I've just begun to explore the Sepulchre path, though.
Yeah.
So, and then willpower's current rating, which is 5, so I can't do that. Okay. Let's see here. Are there any abilities that I feel like I'm missing out on at the moment? Oh, what was it? There was, let's see, was it Dominate or was it Necromancy? Let's see here. Okay. Manipulation plus Intimidation. Oh, I should buy up my Intimidation if I'm going to be a Bravo.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then Leadership. Manipulation plus Leadership is Mesmerize. Okay. Yeah, I should probably put a point in Intimidation. So that's 2 points. So that leaves me with 2 more to spend at some point.
All right.
It's an interesting experience tracker on the sheet because it's just like you're just filling in dots as you go.
Oh.
So it kind of shows you how much experience you've accrued, and then you just write down here what you've spent it on. So willpower plus 1, 4 points.
Well, that I can get behind.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's actually useful.
And then Intimidation. Plus 1 dot, and that was 2 points.
All right.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, thank you. That was great. I feel like things are coalescing nicely.
Good.
Getting a good feel for the character.
Good.
The Russian roulette was a real highlight.
Good.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Glad you liked it.
I did.